Right, so let's take a look at last semester's project, final exam. And this was it. This is what your fellow students received in this class last semester at the final exam opening. And this is what they had to duplicate. So if we were going to practice using last semester's project, the way that I would approach this is I would say, all right, I've already created my uh, basic house using my stacked walls from the midterm, and let's start laying it out the way it's supposed to be. So we have 22 feet. We know that if we click on the object that we want Revit to move, and then we click on the dimension, we can type 20, and now we've satisfied that 20 feet. We want this dimension to be 20 feet too. So we can click on either one of these walls, doesn't matter. We're going to make this 20 feet 2 inches. Okay. Then let's stay over here on this side. This is 5'6". So in order to make these walls are in the right location as far as the dimension goes. So I don't want to move those walls to make this dimension correct. I want to move this wall. So I'm going to change that dimension to 5'6". And then I want to change this dimension to 5'6". So 5'6". Now I've got this pretty well laid out so far. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's 50 feet. So how do I make that 50 feet? Well, I'll click on this wall because that's the wall I want Revit to move. And then I'll click on the dimensions and say 50 feet. It's outside of my crop region. So let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So this should be 35'2". Let's see what it is. Not even close. Okay. So that means that this is supposed to be 5'6". It is. This is supposed to be 30'2". 20'2". It is. And let's move this away so we can see that. And oh, wait, that is 8'6". That was my mistake. So we'll change that real easily. 8'6". Okay. And now this is 34'2". Well, that's 35'2". So we still made something wrong. So let's double check. 5'6". 6'6". So uh, using the wrong eyes here, unfortunately. And there we go. 6'6", 20'2", 8'6", 35'2", 30. Okay, so now I have my layout for my final exam. I'm in pretty good shape here. Let's keep going. What would we do next? Well, we know we have to put some interior walls in. So let's do that. Architecture, wall. We want a basic 2x4 wall. So let's see if we can find a 2x4 wall here in our library. 2x6, 2x4, interior 2x4. Okay, but before we put it in, let's pay attention to its constraints. Um, the base constraint is the first floor, and the top constraint is up to the top of the first floor wall. So let's see, top of first floor wall, TO first floor wall. All right, now I'm just going to put one in, and I'm going to put one in this way. So I know I'm going to need horizontals and verticals. So let's put some dimensions in there now so that we can modify it to match this. What's this dimension across here? 14 feet. Okay, we'll pull this guy down to here and we'll put a dimension in there from the inside face of this wall to the inside face of this wall. It's supposed to be 14 feet. So we'll make it 14 feet. Okay. What's next? Another 14 footer? Maybe we could pull this wall down a little bit just to make it easier. And that's okay. We don't need to join those two. So we're going to just copy this guy over. We've got 1, 2 walls, so let's do it twice. 1, 2. Okay. Let's continue this dimension by just clicking on it and say edit the witness line, and then we'll go here and here, and here, and here, and here. Whoops, didn't get them all in, so edit the witness line. We'll keep going here and here. And what's this one? Yep, okay. So let's do it from this side, 12 foot 10. So I'm going to pick this guy and say 12 foot 10. Oh, the next one is 6 feet. So I'll click on this one and say 6 feet. And 4.5. Okay, so my walls are a little, I have 4.5 inch walls instead of 4 3/4 inch walls. Should we change that? Yeah, we can do that real quick. Edit this. Well, we'll just leave it like that, but we're going to change the structure. And the problem is the thickness of the gypsum board. So we'll make it 5/8 of an inch, and we'll make it 5/8 of an inch, and say okay, and say okay. All right. So now we got to change these again. 14 feet. Want that to be 14 feet, not 14 feet 0.5. I want oops, we should change this one first. I'm clicking on the object that I want Revit to move to make my dimensions correct. And then this is 12 foot 10. Okay, everything's good. So now let's take a look at it. What are we doing? Well, let's get these walls in here. So we'll put one up here. Let's just copy it. 1, 2. I think that's all we're going to have there. We'll put our dimensions in real quick. Okay. What's this one supposed to be? Let's zoom in on that. Hard to see. 8 foot 7. Well, we'll just make it 8 foot 7. 8 foot 7. Okay. And then 6 foot. Maybe we should start from the other side because these, oh no, that's an odd number too. Okay, so we'll just keep going. 6 foot 6. This guy is supposed to be, whoops, cancel that. This guy is supposed to be 6 foot 6. Okay. The next one is 5 feet. And the last one is 11:11. That's 11:10 and 7/32. Okay, close enough as far as I'm concerned for your class. You got it in there pretty darn close. Now let's keep going. Let's put this wall in right here. Let's put this one and then this one. So we need another one. We'll just copy it over here and we'll make it smaller so we don't have any issues, and then we can clean it up later. So we're going to have one here and we'll copy it again. Have one here. All right. So this guy will go, but let's put our dimensions in first and then we'll clean it up. This dimension is supposed to be what? Right here, it's supposed to be 6 feet. So we'll simply click on it, click on the dimension, 6 feet. Okay, the next one is 5. Oh, there's another wall there that I didn't put in. All right, we'll make this one 5 feet. And then we'll copy it again. And that dimension on the inside is 2 feet. So we'll click on the dimension line. We'll say edit the witness and we'll add another one. Okay. And this dimension is supposed to be 2 feet. So we'll make it 2 feet. All right. The dimensions are important, but they're kind of in the way right now. So I'm going to just type VG temporarily, annotation category D for dimension. And I don't want to see my dimension lines because they're messing me up here. All right, let's clean it up. We know this wall goes all the way up to here and it goes to there. So we'll use the trim extend to clean that one up. This wall, I'm going to hit the modify just to get out of any kind of command that's going on. There's my laundry room. And then I can grab this one and just drag him up, and this one and just drag him up. This one, I'll just drag it down, and this one, I'll just drag it down, and this one, I'll drag over to here. It looks pretty similar to what we have there. All right. This one, I'll just drag it over to here. And I use the trim extend to clean it up right there. Escape, escape, just to get rid of any kind of command that Revit is thinking that I'm going to do. And in, oh, I don't know what time I started, but it didn't take too long to get that all laid out correctly. I think anyway. So let's go on. What would be next? Let's put the stairs in. All right. So don't know how wide the stairs are, so I'll have to make an assumption on that. Architecture, stairs. Let's say they're 4 feet wide, and the run is going to be on the right-hand side. In other words, the line that I draw is going to represent the right-hand side. And if we zoom in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 risers to begin with. Now, before we go any farther, let's make sure that our stairs go where they're supposed to, from the base level to where? To the second floor. That's where we want our stairs to start at the first, and we want them to end at the second. What did we say? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I don't worry about it. I'm just going to go 9 risers. When it says 9 created, yep, okay. Then I'm going to change this to, no, it's still going to be run left. And I'll go this way until, uh-oh, was it run left? Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure it is run left. Right, so let's see what our problem is. Okay, first problem. Let's try to figure it out. Well, time is of the essence. I'm just gonna X out and start over again because I did something wrong. I don't want to spend time trying to figure it out. I just want to put the stairs in. So, 4 feet wide, run left where we're going, first floor to second. And I'll move the stairs later, but I want to go 9 risers. I drew 10. Okay. Now, my run left is the next one should be across the air. There we go. All right. So whatever I did wrong before, I don't know. Do I have enough risers here? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, no, that's not good. Uh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That should be 4. So I'm just gonna grab that and add one more to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's 13. Might have too many here. Let's drag that little arrow back. 1. That's right. That's what Revit wants me to do. Okay, boom. Those stairs are supposed to go where? Over here. Oh, that wall should go all the way across. Let's put that wall all the way across first. And then we'll move the stairs where they're supposed to be. Just click on the stairs, say move. Revit says, where do you want to move it from? Right here. Where do you want to move it to? Right there. Okay. And that would be satisfactory to me. Let's turn those dimensions back on. VG. That's annotation. D for dimension. It's going to go there. Let's see if we can change the scale of that. 3/32. Okay, let's edit the type. We want the dimensions to change globally. So all I want to do is change the size of the text, but I've already told it, I'm calling it 3/32. I don't want to rename it because then it will only change the one that I've got clicked on. We're looking here to find what's the height of the text size, 332. Let's make it 3/64. 64. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it easier to see what's going on for me. So that's fine. All right. I've got my first floor in here. Let's go up to the second floor now. Second floor dimension, I know is, uh-oh, look at that. Crop region again is blocking my view of the entire project. I will pull it back a little bit. All right. So it looks like I have my first floor underlay. Do I want to see that or not? And I don't think I want to have an underlay of first floor for right now. So let's just say none. So now it's all I have is my second floor, which is what I want. Let's do the same thing. Architecture, wall. Where does the wall start and where does it stop? Now it starts at the second floor, and where does it go? Up to level top of second floor wall. It looks good. I'm gonna find my second floor plan. There it is. I know I've got a wall here, and I'm gonna have a wall going horizontal too. So now I got my walls in. This guy, that's gonna drag it. Let's drag this one back so that they're not connected. And let's go down to the one that tells me the dimensions of what everything is, because I have to duplicate that. So I've got one here, and I can copy that now back to here. Okay. And then I've got some here, so I'll copy this over to here. I'll make it smaller. I'm just trying to lay it out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all we have. I could be wrong. We'll add it in again. Turn my dimension. Let's put them in here to get this. Put all our dimensions in, and then we can modify those dimensions so we get what we want. So let's look over here. First, let's zoom in to see some better dimensions here. All right, so it's I have to put another wall in over here. Copy it. So I need to modify that dimension line, edit the witness line, and I'm just going to put 2 more in here so that I've got the same. So it's 6'4¾" is the first one. We click on the object that we want to move. 6'4.75" is the same. So the next one is 3'7¼ So I click on this one, 3 feet 7.25, enter. Okay. The next one is 11 foot 1 1/8. All right. 11 feet 1/8. Okay. Now we have 2 feet. So we'll click on the wall we want to move to make that dimension exactly what it's supposed to be. And the next one is 7 foot 2 3/4. Oops. Click on the object we want to move, then click on the dimension, 7 feet 2.75, right? And oh, we have another wall that we need to put in there, so we'll copy it. And I'll edit the witness line so I can have some more dimensions in here. And what do we have? That's supposed to be 2 feet. So we click on the object we want to move, type 2 feet, and that's 13 foot 4. Oh, okay, so now what did we do wrong? 6'4 3/4, 3 foot 7 1/4, 11 feet 1 1/8. All right, so now because I got sloppy here, I have to fix that. And now this should be 2 feet. And what's left? 7 foot 1 3/4. It's supposed to be 7 foot 2 3/4. So this is supposed to be 2 feet. 13 foot 3, 13 foot 7. A major error here. It's 25. It's 50 feet. All right. Maybe this wall, let's edit the witness line and just see. My wall thickness is different? No. I've definitely missed a wall because that's 13 foot 3 and that's 13 foot 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the right amount of walls. 6 foot 4, 3 foot 7 1/4, 11 foot 1 1/8, 7 foot 2 3/4. Oh no, that's not, that's 2 feet. I click on this and just drag it up and see that that's 2 feet. It's supposed to be 2 feet. 7 foot 2 3/4, 13 foot 7. Definitely a mistake here somewhere. I don't see it. So I've only got 3 hours and 20 minutes to get this done, so I'm not gonna worry about it anymore, and hope that the professor doesn't see that. I don't know where the mistake is, and there's not enough time to really worry about it. So I'm just gonna keep going. There's a dimensional error. If I have time to fix it later, I'll come back and fix it. If not, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so what's the distance here? From here to here is, show me a dimension there somewhere. 12 foot 11 or 12 foot 1 and 11/32. Oh boy. All right. So we'll modify that. 12 foot 1 and 11/32. Okay. That's this wall across here. It goes to here and no farther. So I'll trim extend right here. Click on those two guys. And all of these extend up to there. I don't generally do it this way. I'm going to hit extend and I'm going to say multiple alignment to here. Let's see what happens. I don't like multiple alignment. It messes itself up more often than it doesn't, but I'll leave it on to get this side. Boom, 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 and boom. All right, but I'm going to uncheck that for sure because it often causes a problem. It causes more problems than it solves. Okay. All we got to do now is right up here. That's 11, 7, and 9/32. So we're going to put a string of dimensions down here so we can put our walls in where they're supposed to be by using the dimension, by just changing the dimensions. Okay. What else have we got? Let's start right up here. First one, 11, 7, and 9/32. Click on the object you want to move, 11 foot 7 and 9/32. Okay. Now we have another one, 8 foot 4 3/4, which would be this one. 8 feet 4.75 is the same thing. Okay, that leaves me with 12 foot 4, and that's 12 foot 10. Now this is very concerning to me. 35 foot 2. We got these different dimensions in there. But again, I'm not going to worry about it because I only have a very short period of time to do this. This guy extends up to there, and then there's another wall that comes across. I could say right click and say create similar and just draw a wall across here like that. Okay, and then go back and clean it up, which is what I think I'm going to do. So this wall doesn't go all the way across, so I'll drag it back. And this wall goes up 3 feet. I have a dimension right here that says 3 feet, so I'll put that in. From here to here is 3 feet. Click on it, 3 feet. All right. And this wall goes all the way down. And this wall comes across here. Whoops, undo that. Let's use the trim extend, or if you're in AutoCAD, it would be fillet. All right. Right. All right. This guy is the wall that doesn't come all the way across. And then we have a wall that goes straight up. Let's right click and just say create similar, put a wall in right there, right? Trim extend to clean that up, clean it up. This stops right back there. So right now you can see on the cursor that there is that trim extend icon, and that's what telling me that Revit thinks I want to trim extend something. So when I hit the modify, I get rid of that because I don't want to trim extend. I just want to drag this one back to here. Okay. And there's another wall. So we'll just copy this one down. There's another wall down here somewhere that's different. Because that's a bathroom. All right, that makes sense. And then we can use the trim extend to clean this one up. And then we'll just dimension everything to get it back into where we want it to be. So let's pull this one up to this wall. Revit will clean itself up. So 12 foot 4, 8 foot 4, 11 foot 7 and 9 so some okay, well, here's a difference. It's a different wall type, and that's the reason. In our project, our wall is brick on 2 floors, and in this example, the wall is only 8 and 3/4 inches. So this is a thicker wall. Edit the witness line, you can see, and that's where my difference in dimensions are going to be. But I'm going to leave that alone because we're not going to change the wall types. That's what we're working with. All right, and let's see if we can grab this elevation guy and just move him over some more. All right, let's start cleaning this up now. Right there. That's why there's a different dimension, because this wall type is different than this wall type. All right. I don't think we have this in here yet. That's supposed to be 14 foot 5/8. So we click on the object that we want to move, and we just say 14 feet 5/8. Got that right. Now let's get this in here correctly. We'll put another string of dimensions across here, from here to here to here to here to here. Okay. This is my critical dimension of 3 feet, so I'm going to leave that in there and see 10 foot 7. That's only 10 foot 4. Close enough uh, because we have different wall types. All right. And then that looks good. We have this little jog here. This guy comes. This is the master bathroom. And okay, I think we're good. We have a 3-bedroom house. Bedroom, master bath, walk-in closet. Done a lot of work. I want to save it. Right. Okay, I'm recording. I took a quick pause there. Um, This wall needs to go across. I'm just taking a moment to look at everything to make sure that it's close. All right. All right. I think it looks pretty good. So let's put some doors in. I don't know what they are, so let's look at the door schedule. 3 foot wide. The doors are 3 foot wide. Okay, we'll put in 3 foot wide doors then. I don't know the last time we saved it, but I like to save a lot. So I click on the save. Now we're going to go architecture, door. They're 36. Let's pick single flush 36 by 84. Okay. Now we got one here. It flips. We have one here. We have one down here. We'll just flip it. We have one over here. Flip that one. We have one, I think, in the middle here. I can't see it, so I'm guessing. And then we have one over here. I don't think we have enough room for that. But anyway, let's see what happens. We're going to put a 36 by 84. Yep, that's a problem. And that problem was caused because of the different in the wall thicknesses, which I guess my solution would be edit the stairs. Let's add another one up here and take one away from down here. Let's see if we can do that. Pull one away. That added another one up there and took one away from there. So that works. Now we can fit the door. Okay. We got all of our doors in. I'm not concerned about you putting in closets, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we got double doors here. So let's do that real quick. Door, single flush. You have all of this in your library. Let's do 4-footers. Looks like they're wider than that. So let's do the 5-footers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's why it worked because okay. I got ahead of myself here. Delete, delete. We have the door coming in over here. So we'll right click and say create similar. We'll come across like that. We'll trim extend. And then we can drag that door over like it is there. Okay. That only has one door in it. Okay. So let's do it. 30, that's the double doors. So we're looking in our library for our double doors. Oops, what happened there? Escape, escape. I want to put in a door. Yeah, that's fine. Put that right there. Looking good. I like it. Now I'm going to put those closets. Oops, that's what was a mistake. So I've highlighted the door. All I have to do is go over and tell it I have different properties here. I'm going to say 36 by 84. There we go. Looking good. All right, what's going on here? I'm going to put those closet hangers in there, but you don't have to do that. Component, and we're just going to say, I think it's CLO will get me there. Yep, closet hangers. And I'll just put it in, and then I'll rotate it. You don't have to do this for your final exam. And I would not recommend that you do it because it takes time. Just move that back from here to here. And there's no extra credit for doing it. So it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever for you to do that. Just wanted to quickly check to make sure that I'm recording this. All right, let's mirror it. Just give it a mirror point, and then I'll move it to where it's supposed to be. Move it from here to there, and I need to drag it down so that it fits in the closet. Okay. Save it again. Now let's go back to what we really should be focusing on, which is what? Well, let's get the fixtures in. Okay, we need to put a tub in over here. I don't think I pulled this down far enough. So let's pull this down just a little bit more. I can always move it back. So we're going to put in a tub here. Might need a floor. I don't know. If it's floor based, we're going to say component, or we're going to say TUB for tub. There it is. Sure. Oh, it's wall based. That's great. So we have our tub in there now. And that looks good. We got to put a countertop in there. We're going to wait on that. Component, toilet, TOI. Yep. We have a toilet, our domestic toilet, and hit the space bar to get it oriented correctly. That's close there. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to put in a toilet. So component, toilet, space bar gets it where it's supposed to be. We have to put another tub in. So why don't we just click on that and say right click and say create similar. And then we're going to put that guy right over here. I show the drain on this wall. It's probably not a good, this would be outside plumbing. It's probably better the way I have it drawn now, but I wouldn't look at to see if which orientation you have the tub in, but we know we can just click these little arrows and it'll flip it. So we're good except for what? Oh, I have to put some more of these over here. I'll just right click, create similar. And this is not something you have to do. I'm going to put some more down here. And this one I'll just move up where it's supposed to be and drag it back so that it fits in the wall. This one, I'm going to flip it. And then I'm going to drag it over to here and drag it over to here. Okay, and move it down to there. That's got to go a little bit more. I would not want you to waste time doing this, but I am wasting time doing it. Okay, I like what I see. Save it. Now I got to put in my countertops. Everything's good. Now let's put those countertops in. I have a countertop that goes all the way across here. Um, architecture, component, model in place, casework. Okay. Over in the other screen, it says casework 1. I don't need to fine tune it. I'm going to do an extrusion and we'll make it a rectangle. And cherry material is fine. Where does it end? It's a 3-foot high counter and it's 2 inches thick. So it's 2'10". So there's a 2-inch difference there. I'll just draw a rectangle in here like this. I'm not worried about that because I can click here and change the dimension to 2 feet. Okay, I like it. Say okay. Say okay. There's my countertop. We can draw this in colors and we can see there's my countertop. I need to put another one over here. Do the same thing. Architecture, component, model in place, casework. Okay. And again, casework with a different number now. I'm going to do an extrusion. I'm going to say okay. That extrusion is a rectangle and it goes from where to where? From here to there. All right. And I want to dimension it to 2 feet. What are the properties of that? Hopefully it defaulted back to what I did before, so that works. There's my countertop, and there's my countertop. All I need to do now is put in my sinks, architecture component. I'm looking for a sink, S-I-N-K. And let's find that's a vanity sink. That works. Ooh, let's see. I I'm gonna put it right there for now because I don't think it's the right height. So let's turn on the sections, VG. I want to see sections. That's annotation. S for sections. Okay. And we don't have a section that goes right through there. So I'm going to draw a new section and delete it because I've already got my sections laid out. So I don't want to move that one. I'm going to put a new one in. I just want to see what's going on here. Get it in the right spot. I think it's too low. Go to view. That's from experience. You wouldn't know that. Sure enough, I think we need to raise it up 5 inches. Let's see if that's true. Click on that and raise it up 5 inches. I think that works. But the other way to do that, and the proper way to do it, because you wouldn't know, is the align tool. Align the bottom with the lip of the sink, which might or might not be 5 inches. Let's see. Yeah, it is 5 inches. And now we can drag the sink over. Uh-oh. All right. I tried just moving it over and I didn't get it. I moved it out of alignment. So let's take that and let's just say move, and then we'll just make sure we move it across, and then I'll get the rest of it by using the arrow keys. Second floor dimension. I wouldn't expect you to do this for your final exam because you don't have the time, but if we say equal, then we get that sink right in the middle. All right. It would be nice to cut this countertop out, but I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I don't have time. Put another one in. I'll just say create similar. Then come over here, hit the space bar, and put it in right there. If the professor wants to take a few points off, that's fine. Go ahead. VG for visibility graphics. I'm going to turn off the sections. Type the letter S, gets me down to the S section area. And maybe move this over a little bit. I think that's great. Save it. We put the doors in. Let's put some windows in now. Window number 44. What is that? We got a door schedule. Looking for a window schedule. All right, so we don't know what it is. It doesn't have to be, I want you to put windows in, so I'm not too concerned about it, but we're looking for our window schedule. Here it is, maybe. Yep. A 44 is 4 foot 10 wide. It's a double casement, so that's great. We'll just put that in there. All right, architecture window. Uh, well, we can put it in and see. It's too wide, so it's going to be vent. And there we go. And there we go. Where else do we have windows? Got a window right back there. 3 windows. Okay. Now, I wouldn't worry about uh, those proper dimensions, and I wouldn't worry about that it's supposed to be inset. That's fine as far as I'm concerned. Put a window in, that's all you got to do. And 1, 2, 3, don't have any other windows, so that's all we got to do. So let's tag it, annotate, tag by category. We could do that one at a time. For some reason, it's called 44 on this one, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And 45. Okay. So when we go back to our window schedule, which I think is our first sheet, let's take a look at what happened here. Look at our sheets. We put the window schedule on the first one. Look at that. Type mark is what we want. In the previous setup, I said I don't remember if it's type mark or mark. I'm fine if you leave them both in there, but I'm going to double click on that and just eliminate the mark. So I'll go over to fields and I say I don't want mark in there anymore. And I did say I wanted the type mark to be, I don't want mark in there anymore, but I wanted type mark to be at the top, the first one. So it starts with type mark, then it tells me, oh, in an assembly code, I don't want that either. So we'll get rid of that. Whoops. I'm clicking the wrong button. All right, because that's all I want. So that's fine. Again, we're going to save it. Now, we've got a lot of tabs open here. I'm gonna go back to the first floor and I'll close all the rest of the tabs. All right, so now we're looking at the first floor. To put the things in that belong there, we have a toilet and a sink. Let's put the vanities in first. We know how to do that. That's real easy. Architecture, component, model in place, casework, okay. We're gonna get a new subcategory. We don't worry about that. It's an extrusion. It's all set up. It's still cherry. We know it goes all the way across here. So we're just gonna go boom, boom. And then we'll click on this object. We'll make it 2 feet and it fits perfectly. And we'll say, okay. And we'll say, okay. And there it is. Now that sure looks, edit the type. I don't, I'm gonna delete it. I don't know what I did. It looks too big. Maybe I put the wrong dimension in there. Architecture, component, model in place, casework. Okay, subcategory, yes. We're gonna do an extrusion, which is a rectangle, and it goes from here to here. And we want that dimension to be 2 feet. That looks better. And let's look at the constraints. Cherry's fine. Height is fine. It defaulted from the last one and say okay. And there it is. Okay, let's make it in color so we can get a feel for that. All right, so now we got to do this one. So let's do that. That's going to be architecture, component, model in place, casework, okay. Subcategory, okay. Extrusion, all the constraints should stay the same. So I'm going to go from here. Now I'm going to draw lines because it's an odd shape. And I'll come down here and across and down and back up. And I'm going to put a dimension in here because that's supposed to be 2 feet. I'll click on the object, change that to 2 feet. I don't need that dimension in there. Okay. Finish. There's my countertop. Oh, look at that. I got to put a range in there. So this guy is going to have to come down and architecture component. I'm looking for a range. I don't know if they call it range or stove, wolf range. Okay, we'll take this one. Space. We'll put it right there. And let's just drag this guy up to there. We have to draw another one now. So architecture component, whoops, architecture component model in place. Casework, okay, okay. Extrusion, and we can draw the rectangle this time, and then we'll fix it. Okay, so we'll click on this guy. We get a dimension right here, 2 feet. And I say, okay, let's look at the constraints. Everything looks good. Take it. We got to put a sink and a refrigerator in there. That's really all we have to do. Let's put that refrigerator in. Architecture component, REF for refrigerator. Let's do this one. Put it right there. And then we have another odd shape countertop component model in place. Casework, okay. Subcategory is fine. I don't usually do that. Extrusion. Now this one will draw by lines. We'll come across, come down 2 feet. I just type that in here, here, and there. All right, so I'll click on this guy. I want to change that to 2 feet. And it's okay. And it's okay. And then I might want to move this one way or the other. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Save it again. Then what? Well, let's put some doors in now. Okay. Let's assume that they're still the same. 3-footers. Single. Single flush 36 by 84. We'll say that's fine. One in here. Put one in here, wrong direction. And the last one is right over here, wrong direction as well. Now look at this. There's no wall there. There's no wall here. Right now, the best way to do that is modify, split it. Just split that wall. And then we'll say trim extend here, trim extend here. And now we have to put some openings in here, some archways. All right, so let's do that. Let's save it first. Architecture. I think it's a component. OP for openings. Let's see. Yep, passageway. So we're going to put one here, 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 and here. All right. Now that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. This is too small. So let's pick a bigger one. We click on the object and we're just going to change the properties of it. Let's make it 14 feet. Oh, that's too big. Let's make it 10 feet. All right, that's good. And we'll make this one 10 feet also. Okay. We can worry about modifying it if we wanted to. Well, I like everything I'm seeing here. Save it. Oh, we didn't get a front door in here. What's 146? Let's assume it's the same as the other ones. Architecture door, 36 by 84. Boom. All right, I like it. We got our doors in. Let's put our windows in now. One, two, three. We got the same windows again. Architecture window. We have one here. We have one here and here and here. Okay. These are door walls. I don't know if they're under windows or if they're under doors. So let's go to window and see fixed casement. Yeah, I think they're under doors. Architecture, door. Let's see what we have. There we go. Double sliding. We'll take the 8-footers. There's one, two, three. One, two, three. Okay. You could dimension them if you want to. I'm more concerned about you getting them in. We got one more to do. So let's just say right click, create similar, put that in here, flip it. We have a garage door we have to put in. Door. Let's find the garage door if they have one. What's this? Overhead sectional. Let's call it 16 feet. And we'll put it right there. There we go. Now, you could dimension it. I'm more concerned about you. There's a lot of work to do here. I'm more concerned about you getting that stuff in there. Oh, that's no good. Look how small that is. Let's change the properties over here. The width to 16 feet. That's better. All right. We still want to save it. Sink, sink, sink. So you have to put in 2 sinks in the laundry room and the kitchen. Architecture component SINK. We're looking for this kitchen sink. We're going to put it right. Well, let's put it right here because I don't see it. Looks like we might have put it. Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe we put it too high, too low. I'm going to put another one right there. I know it's there. So VG for visibility graphics, annotation, S for sections. I'm going to go down to the sections and say, okay. And here's that section might do it for us. Go to view. Where's that sink? It's right there. I don't see anything wrong. I don't see why we're not seeing it. It's exactly at the right spot. So let's go back to that plan and let's see what's hidden. Nope, it's not hidden. VG for visibility graphics. P for plumbing. Is plumbing turned off? Sure enough, nope, plumbing is not. Plumbing fixtures are okay. We'll go back to that section and see what it is. Plumbing fixtures. All right, I don't see it. Why don't we see it? VR for view range? No, because we see this. VR is, oh, we're cutting through at a foot. All right, so let's go up to 4 feet and see what happens. There we go. We couldn't see it because we were cutting through the house below the sink. So we'll flip it and we'll put it here. We could center it on the window, get the midpoint of the window, midpoint of the sink. Pull it back a little bit. I'm just nudging it back with the arrow keys. We can see this guy too. Pull him back. I'm going to use the arrow keys to nudge it back inside of the countertop. And then I'll use the align tool to align it. Not looking that closely at your work. All right, we have another countertop we have to put in here with a sink and a toilet. All right, architecture component. Let's do the easy one first. TOI for toilet. And there we go. Okay, now we'll do the countertop. Let's try and create similar. We'll just do it. Model in place, casework, okay. We could have copied it. In fact, let's do that. I'm just gonna copy this one down to here and then edit. I'll click on it and edit in place. I'm gonna drag it. I know it has to go down to here and it has to go to here. The back of it's over here. And this guy is over here. And I'll just edit extrusion, click on that and change that dimension right there to 2 feet. Okay, I'm done. And we'll say, okay, we'll put that sink in, architecture component, SINK. We'll search for sink, look for that sink right there. Now we know it's 5 inches above, so we'll put that in there, hit the space bar, put the sink over there. There we go. We have our doors and our windows. We want to tag our doors and windows. So let's do it the easy way. Annotate, tag by category. No, I'm sorry. Annotate, tag all. All what? Windows and doors. I want Revit to tag them all. Now they're all tagged. Okay. So I would say now's the time to put that. Do we have any windows in? Oh, we have a window in the garage. So let's create similar and put one right there. Okay. Now, not too concerned about the accuracy of the location of the window, but I do want them dimensioned. So we just snap to the different center lines and the edge. Then we come up here. There we go. We have our windows in, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Snap to the midpoint, 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 and boom, we got them in. I want to save it. What's left to do? We could put the dishwasher or the washers and dryers in, but we don't need to do that. Oh, we got another door here. Architecture, door. We want that double door. Let's do it. Let's be sure of it. Double door flush, 68. Boom. Okay. I'm going to put in hanging for the closet. Just nudge that up a little bit so it looks a little bit better, but you don't have to do this. And we want to put in closet CLO, I think it is. Searching for CLO. Yep, there it is. And just put it in. And why can't we see it? VG for visit. Nope. Cancel VR for view range. I don't think we're. Nope, we're good there. So when I go to put that component in, it's set at well, again, we'll have to trust our section. I know I put it in over here, so I'm going to draw a section through there and just go to that view, and there it is. I can see it. Why I can't see it in the plan here? Is it hidden? Yes, it is. Unhide in view category. And this I'm going to delete. I drew it crooked, but I just wanted to see if I can find that or not. So we're going to rotate 90 degrees, drag it over, drag it down so that it fits, and move it over to here. All right, you don't have to do that. Unhide. Okay. We didn't put a roof on it yet, did we? No, we didn't. We're going to save it. The last thing we're going to do, I think, is we're going to put the roof on. So let's do that. Let's go to the roof plan. Remember, we already made a sheet for the roof plan, and there's a plus sign. That means that the roof plan is on that sheet. Let's go there. Oh, look at that. We already have a roof that we made, but it's not right. We can click on this guy, edit the footprint, and we'll just drag it over, and then we'll put some dimensions in there. Let's say it's 2 feet, and 2 feet, and 2 feet, and 2 feet. And then we'll just click on the actual object that we want to move and make it 2 feet. It already was. Okay. Looks good. Let's accept it. And let's look at this one now. I'm going to click on edit the footprint, but I'm going to go look at it on the first floor. I can still see it. All right. So we can draw on any level. It's the constraints that are important. So we'll do the same thing. Whoops. I guess I didn't get that one right. So we'll put it in again. Uh, and you know why it's not working? Because my crop region is outside. My roof is outside of the crop region, so Revit won't let me dimension. So I'm going to pull that in. Then I'll click on it and I'll say 2 feet. And click on this one. I don't have a dimension in there yet, so we'll put one in. 2 feet. All right. Good. X out of that or accept that. Let's look at what we did in 3D. All right. Our roof is a little bit too high over there, but here it's not too bad. So what do we want to do? Well, we need to see the crop region because it's clipping our house. So we'll just pull it out a little bit more. Or we could have said don't crop. I guess now's the time to worry about the roof. Oh, we don't have any fascia board in there, so that would be something I would look for. Architecture, roof, fascia, it's a 1x8. We know from experience it's minus 1.5 inches from the click. We're going to click on the bottom of the plywood roof and put that in there and one more right there. Okay. Did we get this one? Yep, we did. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. Architecture, roof, fascia. It did not default to what we said before, 1.5 inches. So we'll just, in 3D, we're just going to click on the bottom and it will put our fascia board in. Okay, good. All right, so now we can figure out where that roof is supposed to be. Let's go back. We're looking for a section that cuts through there, which is this one. I don't think I need this one anymore, so let's get rid of it. But this one, oops, I picked the wrong one. I want to keep that one, but I want to delete this one. Okay, and we'll go to that section. And I really wish I could find that roof plan. That would make me very happy if I could find that roof plan, because now I can move this relative to the roof plan. So where is that roof plan? Let's take a look at all of the sections. Section 1, activate the view. Don't crop it. I don't see it there. Section 2, activate the view. Don't crop it. I don't see it there. We'll just go right to section 3. Don't crop the view. I don't see it there either. Whoa. Maybe we just found it. Nope. No, this is something I'm going to give you information about, so don't worry. Activate the view. Don't crop it. And we have one more section. Now I'm going to have to spend some time cleaning it up, but I wanted to find, I thought we had that somewhere. We had the roof plan. All right. So now we'll go back to that one of these sections again. This is information I will give you. I'll look for it, find it. But right now I'm just going to grab this roof and I'm going to move it from here down to there. So for now, I'm going to say that that's okay. I have a real mess that I just made up searching for that on my sheets. But anyway, roof's good. Got my fascia board in. I still have to put my soffit in. I don't know if I would spend the time doing that if I don't have it. I'm ready to present. So let's go take a look at all of the sheets. Get rid of all of this. I want to go to site location sheet list. I have my door schedule. I have my window schedule. I want to look at this sheet. Oh, site location. I need to put that in there. Basement plan. Let's go to the basement plan. The sheet basement plan. Okay, well, let's get rid of all of these again. Too many tabs. Basement plan. Yeah, looks good, except for we'll activate the view because my sections are outside of my um title block. Yeah, and that's not good. Pull these down. There we go. Did we dimension the basement? Yes, we did. We don't have all our dimensions there, but maybe we should pull them down a little bit so we don't have text on top of text right over the sections are. We already dimensioned our basement. So it automatically changed as we changed our first floor because there's stacked walls. Everything on the first floor changed. I don't know. We need this one. No, this is up here. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna just nudge this guy straight up because I don't want to move it left or right. I just want to move it. And the reason that that section wasn't right is because it was laid out for the preliminary, but I didn't know what was going on. Okay, basement plan looks good. Let's go to the first floor plan. We can't see it all. Activate the view. We're going to pull this over. We're going to pull this down. You really have to do that. Let's get our sections inside of now normally it would be best to align our plans so that they're exactly in the same spot on every sheet, but for the final exam, I would not expect you to do that. I don't want to see the crop region. Oh, let's see. We're going to fix these, pull these. Oh, there's no dimensions, so I don't know. Did we not first floor dimensioned? All right. We're going to have to move that one, aren't we? All right. So we'll click on it and I'm using the arrow keys just to nudge it over. Okay. So if you remember, so we might have to realign these. So I would normally, and really doing this, I would use my guide grid. Activate the view. Let's pull these down because we didn't know where they were going to be exactly. So we're already in presentation mode. We're just cleaning everything up so that it looks good. Take you a little bit longer to get to this point, but I would say around 3 o'clock, I would start printing whatever I had. I'd rather get partial credit for something that isn't totally correct than no credit for something that is more correct. So things like this, I'm not going to be critical about but I would do want to see these tags on there. Okay. Second floor plan. Let's see what we have again. We want the second floor dimensioned. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just nudge that over, which means this guy moved. All right. Um, Activate the view. We don't care about that. We'll unconstrain it. That's fine. We have our dimensions. Oh, we didn't dimension the windows, so let's do that. Just snap to the center lines. Okay, and we have one back here too, and that's it. Did we tag our doors and windows? It doesn't look like it, so let's do that now. Annotate, tag all what? Doors, and what else? Windows. Okay, boom, they're all tagged now, which is what we were looking for. We don't need to see this elevation. I'm not going to criticize you or penalize you if it's still there, but to get rid of it, VG, it's annotation and E for elevations, and that's just the camera elevation views. Okay. Oh, we didn't name the rooms yet, but I don't know if we have to do that or not. I don't think you have to do that. So I'm going to just turn off the crop region and go to the next sheet, which would be the elevations, front elevation. How does it look? Well, it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to nudge it over, and then I'm going to grab this guy and drag him back over there so the label's good. Activate the view just to bring these down. I don't think I score for the soffit. I think you're fine not doing the soffit. Double check that. Left side elevation, everything looks good there. We don't have pad footings, but I don't think I asked you to. Oh, well, let's clean this up a little bit. Just get it up a little bit higher. Let's go back to that front elevation. Did we tag the windows and doors? Nope. So let's do that. Annotate, tag all what? Doors and windows. Okay, done. The tags should be there. Don't see them. Uh, okay, so maybe we have them turned off. VG, well, let's see if they're hidden first of all. Nope. Um, let's see if we can do it here and find out. Tag all, again, doors. There's no windows, but we would say do it anyway. Now, what is this? Door tags. Okay, so the other one would be window tags. So we'll go back to here and we'll say VG, annotation category W for window tags. Window tags are turned on. Okay, but I don't see the tags. All right, I don't see the tag here either. I'm curious as to why not. Again, time is of the essence. I'd rather take a slight penalty than try to spend time attempting to figure out what's wrong. So let's keep going. Tag that one fine. Rear elevation, activate the view. Um, I would like to pull these up just a little bit so that they're inside the title block. And pull this one down. We're already in presentation mode. Let's tag windows and doors. Right. We got to pause this for a second. Okay, so now we're gonna activate this view. It's active. Uh-oh, look at that. A bad corner there. We want to bring our crop region out a little farther because what happened is we set this up, but we didn't know what the actual uh, final house layout was going to be. All right, so back to annotate, tag all. We're going to tag the doors and we're going to tag the windows and say, okay, yep, they tagged. I don't know why those other ones didn't on the other side, and I'm really not going to spend the time to figure it out. Uh, what do we have left? Right side elevation, no windows. Looks like our crop region might be cutting off our basement, so we'll pull it down a little farther so we can see the basement. Looks like maybe the basement is inside of our title block. So I'm going to raise it up just a little bit and then activate the view and turn off the crop region. Boy, I'm not so sure. So I want to see the crop region again. I'm going to drag it down some more. Yep, sure enough. Deactivate the view and just drag it up because I want to make sure that the entire basement is in there. And we'll activate the view. We're going to pull these down now. This is all presentation work. The house is already done. I'm just trying to uh, pull this down. It should line up. But I wouldn't even begin to worry about this for that particular part of it. Okay, what's next? We don't have the legend, but we do have a roof plan. How's that look? I think that roof plan looks pretty good. Activate the view. Let's definitely crop the region. Uh, okay, well, if we're going to show our sections, we probably should pull them outside of, we're going to show our section lines, we should probably pull them outside of the building. There's our roof plan. I like it. I'm okay with that. What's left? Okay, our sections. Section one, it's got to come down a little bit. Not much, but it's got to be inside of the title block. So that means we have to move the label back up because we moved the drawing down a little bit. All right, activate the view and crop the region. We're going to pull these down. This is presentation work now. Remember, that's all it is. Just bringing our section lines down. I think we're okay. Section two. Oh, we do have to bring it down just a tad so that it's inside the. Now, if I try to move this right now, it's going to move my building back up. So I don't want to move the label when it has that little dot on it. So I click outside of it and then I can drag it back up without moving that. Activate the view. We're going to pull this down and we're going to pull this down. Okay. Presentation, we don't want to see all of that. So that looks good. Okay, I'm happy with that, except for the crop region. Now the section three, what happened to section three? What happened to section three? Don't know. Act, oops, cancel. We're going to activate the view. We're going to say don't crop. All right. I don't know what happened to section three. I'll have to come back to that because I want to make sure section four and five are good. So this looks pretty good. Okay, I'm good with that one. Section five, activate the view. Let's unhide. Looks good, looks good. Okay, now we can go back to section three, was it? 'Cause I'm not seeing it. Activate the view, and I don't know. Uh, so let's go save our work and see what we can do here. We'll go to floor plan. Way too many things open, many tabs open. So I'm going to go to the first floor plan. Yep. Okay. So activate the view. This view goes, this is a section view and it goes depth of field to there. This is the depth of, so this little dash line represents the depth of field. It's working out okay. Then this way, maybe we should pull that over a little bit. And this guy, we should probably, I think we did that. Oh, look at that. Why would we have a, so there's no view. This, we set this up as our layout, but we have to bring it back into there. All right. Now, if we go to that sheet, I'm going to close everything first of all. I think we said it was section three. Now we see it. Activate the view. We're going to crop the view and we're going to bring that over to there. And then over to, ooh, I think I found the roof plan. Nope. All right. We'll just hide that stuff and we'll bring this down and we'll bring that down and deactivate the view. I think we're in pretty good shape. What does that mean? It means we're ready to print. File. Well, here's what I like to do for when I'm printing is I go back to my sheet, still have to put that site plan in there, but anyway, and I look at my sheets right here. These are the sheets that I've said I want to print. These are the sheets I'm going to print. So I go File, Print. And it's going to be Microsoft to PDF. Let's do my setup. It's tabloid and it's zoom 100%, offset from the corner, no margin. We're going to say OK. Now, if we move this over to here and we say select, now I have my selections and I can use that to remind me what sheets I want to select. All right. So let's filter out. We don't want any 2D. We don't want any 3D. Okay. So which is first? 000? Yes. Basement plan is next. First floor plan. No, first floor plan dimensioned. Okay. Second floor plan dimensioned. Okay. Uh, oh, front elevation, left, rear, right. I have a roof plan in there. And then 5 sections, 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Select, say OK. And it's giving me, you want to do 14 separates? And I say no, because it reminded me I want to combine all of them. We'll say OK to that. And I'm going to put that in my school folder for this class. I'm going to call it my final exam. All right. And I'm going to save it. And then what do I want to do? Well, when it's done, I want to open it up and have a look. And that's what I'm going to present as my final work. So I want to see it. Okay. This is my PDF submission. Let's have a look at what it looks like. That looks okay. That looks okay. That looks okay. Okay. Elevation, we didn't solve that issue. I'll do that outside of the recording. Roof plan. I didn't label the rooms. I think I have to, I don't think that's required. Something's wrong with the roof here, so I'll have to fix that. Not so bad. Back to Revit. I really only see one thing that I need to deal with, and that's the roof plan. And there it is right there. I'm going to say edit the footprint. I can't see the first floor, so I'll go to the first floor. Um, and sure enough, I'm going to make that 2 feet. Finish it off. And then I would just reprint it. File, print. It should default to the last thing that I did. Let's see if that is in fact true. Yes, it is. Select. Okay. My final exam, I just call it 2. And it's time to submit. Um, so it's a lot of work. You can see what needs to be done. Uh, if you don't come prepared at the very beginning of the class with that setup that I gave you a video of, you're probably going to be in trouble time-wise.